I'd like to call this meeting to order. Good evening, welcome. We are so glad you're all with us tonight. We'll start with a notice to the media. Spartanburg County School District 5 has complied with the requirements of the Freedom of Information Act in notification of the media and other interested parties and organizations and posting of the agenda. Next, we will like to recognize Mr. Scott Clement for the opening prayer.
Thank you. I invite you all to pray with me. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to meet together this evening. We are blessed to have the opportunity to recognize one of our dedicated board members, our junior scholars, and some of our student athletes, and to reflect on all of their efforts and achievements. As always, Lord, we give you the glory for everything that has been accomplished by our staff and students. We ask that you guide each of these individuals, protect them, and let their hearts always be filled with your love. We pray that you will help each one of them share their special gifts with others throughout their lives. We also pray that you will guide our thoughts, deliberations, discussions, and actions tonight. Please help us to listen first in all that we do. Please guide our board, administration, staff, and community so that we may all glorify you with our service to the children of District 5. We pray all these things in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Clement. Now we need an approval of tonight's agenda. Do we have any comments or discussion on tonight's agenda? Being that I see and hear none, we'll consider the agenda approved. And I need approval of the minutes from the February 23rd, 2026 board meeting. Do we have any comments or discussions on those? All right. Being that I see and hear none, we'll consider these approved. Now we'll recognize Ms. Melissa Robinette for special recognition.
Good evening, Dr. Malone, Dr. Gary, board members. Thank you so much for the opportunity to come before you tonight to recognize many of our students, our outstanding students and student athletes. Thank you, parents and family members, for being here. We know that this is a busy time of year. It always is. We have some students that were unable to be with us tonight because, go figure, we have athletes that do multiple sports. So we have a softball game going on tonight. We have many sporting events and other activities throughout the district. But we're happy for those of you that are here. Thank you for being here, supporting your students and their accomplishments. We are going to begin tonight with our junior scholars. The South Carolina Junior Scholars Program was established by the South Carolina State Department of Education in 1985 as a way to identify 8th grade students with exceptional academic talent and as a way to develop inclusion for those students into programs that might meet their abilities. In Spartanburg County alone, there are 4,015 8th graders who attend schools across our 7 different school districts. Each year, those students take the PSAT to be named a junior scholar. Students must achieve a score of at least 550 on the evidence-based reading and writing portion or a 530 or higher on the math portion of the test. Of those 4,015 8th graders, only 243 students across 7 districts achieved the honor of junior scholar. And we are proud to have 63 of those scholars here in Spartanburg District 5. So you do the math. That's quite a great percentage here in District 5. Students, this achievement not only signifies your dedication to academic excellence, but also marks the beginning of a promising journey towards future endeavors. So we are going to go alphabetically in order by school, beginning with Abner Creek Middle School. I'm going to invite Dr. Gary to come up and Mr. Philip Dean, principal of Abner Creek Middle. Students, as I call your name, Dr. Gary has a certificate for you, Mr. Dean has a pen, and we ask that you briefly pause for a photo, and then I'm going to ask at the end that nobody leave because we are going to have a group photo at the end when we have a brief recess. Okay, sure. Okay, so beginning with Abner Creek Middle School, we have Garrison Aiken. I know she had a softball game tonight, so Garrison may not be here. Mercy Anderson. Sophie Blackwell. And Sophie has a game as well, you can see. Thank you for being here. Morgan Burgess. Brigham Charles. Bryson Cup. Nikolai Derby. Riley Goodlett. Bryson Gray. Kinsley Houlihan is sick tonight and was unable to be with us. Arthur Ishizuka. Alan Pechtel. Kenton Rains. Jackson Rankin. Caleb Rhymes. Lana Sakuris. Jesse Silva. Stella Skaggs. Liam Weidman. Braylon Wiley. Garrett Williams. And Masha Zakharov. We're going to move on to Beach Springs Middle School and Principal Dr. Ashley Williams. We'll begin with Mason Alvarez. Brady Babcock. Riley Burkett. Cadence Kite. Graham Morris. Aiden Nee. John William Snap. And Tristan Wilthor. We'll move on to DR Hill Middle School and Dr. Allison Hefner. Okay, thank you. We'll begin with Angelia Costa. Ava Dvorsny. Annabelle Dyer. Andrew Fisher. Maylee Gosnell. Joseph Jennings. Sydney Jones. Jordan Miller. Owen Royer. Oh. Owen Royer. Keegan Ruggles. Gibson Sanders. Carter Schaefer. I'm going to attempt this one. Isiaka Traore. All right, and we'll move on to Josh Kay with Florence Chapel Middle School. Cecilia Andrus. Lachlan Dinger. Ava Hambright. Kai Harrison. Ryan Holland. Nathaniel Horton. Hayden Huss. Caleb Jenneman. Jackson Liu. Kennedy Mason. Austin McBride. David Moraru. Ethan Pegram. James Reeves. Angel Sands. Devin Stitt. Layla Strong. Alina Volkova. Olivia Weisner. And Corbin White. And I am really quickly going to call Mr. Dean back up because I see Garrison Aiken just arrived from the softball field. So I'm going to give her her moment to get her certificate really quickly. So Mr. Dean, would you come back up, please? She looks like she had quite a big first game because she's got some dirt on her pants. So they had a double header tonight, folks. All right, and I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Howard for our athletic accomplishments. Junior scholars, if you will, I know, Garrison, you might have to go to game 2, but we are going to take a group picture afterwards when we're done with the athletic accomplishments, so stay around, please.
Dr. Gary, distinguished board members, thank you so much for this opportunity to recognize some special student athletes from the winter sports season. We're going to start off tonight recognizing our girls basketball team. Coach Missy Fowler, if you'd come on up, please. Coach Fowler led the Lady Rebels to a 24-4 overall season record, second place in the region. We have 3 all-region selectees: Jada Johnson, Ellison Silver, and Ashlyn Evans. Also, Ashlyn Evans was selected as an all-state player. Jada Johnson was selected to the South Carolina North-South All-Star Game. Ellison Silver was selected to play in the South Carolina Junior Showcase. Caroline Turner and Jada Johnson were also selected in the Upstate All-Star Game. Caroline Turner, are you here? Caroline, come on up. They don't have enough hands to hold these certificates. Thank you, ladies. Congratulations on a great season. Coach Brandy Green, would you come up, please? We'd now like to move on to girls wrestling. The overall record this year was 10-8. There was not enough teams in the region to have a standing of region finishes. But we were able, Coach Green was able to coach 3 of our young ladies to Spartanburg County Championships. Sienna Hauselman, Leah Rice, and Tori Segura. Yeah, I think Tori's playing soccer, yeah. We also had some state qualifiers, and Sienna Heiselman, Leah Rice, Tori Segura, and Olivia Cox. Olivia, you here? Soccer also, multi-sports. In that state tournament, we had 2 placers. Sienna Heiselman is Burns High School's first ever state champion female wrestler. Leah went on to finish 3rd in her respective weight class. Ella, are you here? She's at soccer? Okay. Can't keep these athletes down. Ella Walter was also an 8th grade middle school county champion, and she went on to win the middle school state championship in girls wrestling. Congratulations, ladies. Coach Pruitt, come on up. Coach Pruitt's wrestlers ended the year with a 15-5 record, finished 2nd in the region. We ended up with 3 county champions, Brett Egan, Connor Bowden, and Blake Walter. This team also captured the Spartanburg County Championship, so county champions for 2026. We have a few state qualifiers: Brett Egan, Connor Bowden, Trey Sias, Blake Walter, and Kyle Connatt. While at that state tournament, Connor Bowden captured his 4th consecutive state championship. There are 3 all-region champions: Connor Bowden, Kyle Connatt, and Jordan Miller. Connor Bowden, Trey Sias, Blake Walter were selected to compete in the North-South All-Star Classic. They were also coached by their coach, Kane Pruitt, who was selected as the head coach of the North-South. And during that same weekend, Connor Bowden was selected as a 2026 South Carolina Mr. Wrestler. Let's go ahead and get that picture, and then we'll go to middle school. Yeah. All right, guys, you can go sit down. We know y'all been used to standing on podiums and all, but go sit down right now. All right, we're going to look at our middle school athletes that were exceptional this season. Middle school county champion, Grady Dale. The all-conference tournament, Grady Dale won that. He's all-conference, and Devin Collins. Devin. We had a couple of middle school state qualifiers, Lewis Corridor and Bentley Casey. There were also 2 JV state qualifiers in Austin Poole and Knox File. Take that picture. Thank you, guys. Boys basketball, Coach Lane Fowler, you come on up, please. Coach Lane Fowler, running Rebels, ended the season with a 23-6 record, co-region champions, and they also competed in the 5A Upper State semifinals. We have quite a few individuals to recognize. We're going to do these individually. Suki Singh, come on up. Is he not here? He's on a college visit. That's wonderful, wonderful. Suki was an all-region selection, all-region 2-5A. He was also selected to the North-South All-Star Game, and he was also selected for the Upper State All-Star Game. Fabian McClintock. Here, come on up, Fabian. Fabian is all-region 2-5A. Colt Fowler, I saw you earlier. Come on up. Elaine, you might have to help hold some of his. Region 2, 5A, Co-Player of the Year. Colt was selected as the Fouled Out Fox Sports Player of the Year, the South Carolina 5A Player of the Year. He was selected to the South Carolina Elite Junior Showcase Game. And just last week, it was announced he was selected as the Max Prep South Carolina Player of the Year. Congratulations. Who's next on middle school? You don't have the middle school? The middle school sports? Did you not do that? You got the middle school ADs?
We have some middle school winter sports as well. I know Brett Butler is not here for Abner Creek. Dr. Howard, I may have you pinch hit for him.
Baseball was never my sport, but I'll do the best I can. 8th grade boys basketball. This is all conference. Carson Jones and Skylar Spurgeon. We'll go ahead and get the ladies up here. 7th, 8th grade girls basketball, Jersey Rogers and Amari Anderson. All right, I'll turn it over to Beach Springs Athletic Director Trey Bailey.
Good evening. Beach Springs Middle School basketball. We'll start with 8th grade boys, Iverson Orozco and Aiden Hamilton. I think both of them play travel ball. And then for girls, 7th, 8th grade basketball, 7th grader Chera Dukes. and 8th grader Bella Mills.
I'm going to call Mr. Justice up here from DR Hill, and Dr. Hefner, would you help him out, please?
On behalf of DR Hill basketball, we have girls player Kelsey Gaines and boys basketball Amari Santoni. I don't think either one's here tonight due to other spring obligations in athletics. Thank you.
Coach Edwards, you can go ahead and head this way as well. For Florence Chapel Middle School, we'll start with 8th grade boys, coached by Tim Smith. Our 8th grade boys all-region player was Davon Billingsley. And for our girls team, coached by Lori Edwards, they were the regular season co-conference champions and Peachtree Conference tournament runner-up. And those ladies are Logan Bruton, Callie Caldwell, and Jordan Kirk.
Can we get one big round of applause for all of our student athletes and our junior scholars, please? And finally tonight, before we end recognition, I'm going to call Dr. Gary up here and Mr. Cleveland as well, because we're recognizing one of you at this very table. Established in 1982, the Boardsmanship Institute is a division of the South Carolina School Boards Association, offering a year-round training curriculum focused on leadership skills for school board members on state and national education issues. And Mr. Cleveland has achieved level 4 of the Boardsmanship Institute, so we'd like to congratulate him tonight with a pin and a certificate from the South Carolina School Boards Association. And with that, Dr. Malone, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Robinette. On behalf of our board, I want to say, wow, there is a lot of athletic and academic talent in this room. It's literally full, standing room only, and we are so proud of you guys. Parents, thank you for coming out on a busy Monday night to help us celebrate your kids. I know it's a lot, but we enjoy getting to see them and celebrate them. So we will take a brief recess at this point and get some pictures for Ms. Robinette. Junior scholars up to the stage, please. Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting back to order. We will begin tonight with our action items, and I would like to recognize Mrs. Meredith Gergley for consideration of board policy revisions.
Thank you. On behalf of our policy committee, I want to present tonight the board policy revisions. And then I'd also like to thank the board for attending our policy committee meeting on March the 13th. So we will get started. Our first one is policy DKB on salary deductions. And you'll see at the bottom of page 1, this policy has been updated to reflect that part-time teachers working 15 to 30 hours per week qualify for vision, insurance, Money Plus, and health savings accounts in addition to health and dental insurance they were previously eligible for. Our second one tonight is policy GCB, professional staff contracts and compensation. You'll see on the first page of this policy, the board has included a section regarding Terry participants, and we are recommending for the board should consider removing all references to the Terry program from its policies, as the program has been discontinued and the last Terry participants were required to exit by June 30th, 2018. So this policy on page 1 and the verbiage on page 2 removed reflects these changes. Our third one tonight is policy GCC, professional staff leaves and absences, along with policy GDC, which is for support staff leaves and absences. And this is on the middle of page 4. This policy has been amended to reflect that personal leave will not be granted on days set aside for in-service education or staff development days, on the last day before or the first day after a holiday for a 12-month employee. This applies only to days that fall within the instructional calendar or during the first 2 or last 2 weeks of the school year, except in extenuating circumstances and with the principal and supervisor's approval. So the first one you're seeing up there is policy GCC, and it is the same for the second one, GDC, on support staff leave and absences on the middle of page 4 as well. The next one is the administrative rule for GCCR, professional staff leaves and absences, as well as the administrative rule, ARGDC-R, support staff leaves and absences. This administrative rule has been updated to reflect that the approved leave of an employee, and this is on the top of page 4, that is caring for a family member in serious condition, terminates on the date of death of the family member. Also at the top of page 6, the term husband and wife has been changed to spouses. So we're showing up above the administrative rule for GCC, and it is the same for the administrative rule for GDC. Our next one tonight is policy GCD, professional staff vacations and holiday breaks, as well as GDD for support staff vacations and holiday breaks. At the bottom of page 1, you'll see that this policy has been amended to include the October fall break and the February mid-winter break. And the same update is made on the next one for the support staff, GCD. Our last one tonight is policy IJND, and this is a new policy around artificial intelligence responsible use. This policy is being adopted to guide the responsible and ethical use of artificial intelligence in the district's instructional program. It recognizes AI as a valuable educational tool when used appropriately under teacher supervision while ensuring compliance with privacy protections, academic integrity standards, and state and federal laws. The policy also prohibits misuse such as cheating, harassment, discrimination, or sharing confidential information. And that's all we have tonight. Dr. Malone.
Thank you, Ms. Gergley. Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve the following board policy revisions as presented by the Chair of the Policy Committee, DKB, GCB, GCC, GCC-R, GDC, GDC-R, GCD, GDD, and IJND.
Thank you, Mr. Good. Since this is coming from a policy committee, it does not need a second. Any comments or discussion on these policies? And as Ms. Gergley stated, we really dug into these about a week or so ago. We spent a lot of time, so it may look like we don't have questions, but we asked a lot of them a week or two ago. So, all right, we have a motion. It does not need to be seconded. We'll prepare for a vote. All in favor of approving the policies as presented tonight, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 9-0. Moving on with our action items tonight, I would like to recognize Mr. Ryan Clunan for consideration of early site package GMP for the Transportation Depot.
Good evening, Dr. Malone, Dr. Gary, and board members. I'd like to call up Mr. Alex Lay, Mr. Trevin Thompson, and Mr. Sharp Turner. Alex is our project architect with Goodwin Mills Kaywood. Trevin and Sharp represent our GC and Thompson Turner Construction. I'm going to turn it over to them for the presentation.
Pleasure to have us here. My name's Alex Lay, project architect, project manager at Goodwin Mills Kaywood Architecture here in Greenville. Excited to be working on this. This is a presentation for the South Transportation Hub, GMP number 1 of 2, which encompasses the early site package. The area that's going to be built is this triangular plot here on Reedville Road and Durham Snow Road over in Greer to the west of here. Here's a quick bird's eye view of the triangular site. Here is the early site package, and so I think the next slide has some labels. Entrance into the site is off of Reedville Road. There's a 65-car parking lot to the immediate east of that, stormwater retention pond to the west. There's a 10,000 square foot transportation hub building that will house offices and vehicular maintenance. To the north of that is the 55-space bus parking lot. We'll look at that in detail in a second. And immediately to the north, the septic field that services the site. There is a 75-foot buffer of trees around the site to help shield from the residential spaces around it. So just to zoom in, again, entrance off Reedville, parking 65 spots for staff and visitors. 55 bus parking spaces. Included is a testing pad for CDL training. And all the way at the north is a future location for propane fueling for the propane bus program as well. Other than that, there's a dumpster pad, 8-foot high chain link fence and gate around the site, and 4-foot high chain link fence around the stormwater for safety. There's sliding gate mechanism at both entrances. The entrance to the east is an emergency only exit out of the site in case the primary entrance can't be used. And finally, a quick bird's eye view just to give a scale of the site. The lines aren't in, but this is the general layout, as you can see with the building. Turn it over to Thompson Turner for the numbers.
Spartanburg 5, we're very excited to be back here in the district and working for you all again. It feels like just yesterday we were doing this for Barry Scholes, so glad to be back. On this GMP, the site work number came in at $2,541,866. That does include $100,000 of unsuitable soil allowance. The pre-engineered metal building came in at $523,670. The contingency we carried at 5% which is $143,436, and that brings the total for GMP 1 to $3,208,972.
I think that's the last slide.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay.
Do I have a motion, Mr. Good?
I move that we approve the early site package, guaranteed maximum price number 1 for the transportation depot, not to exceed $3,208,972.
Thank you, Mr. Good. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Watchorn. Any comments or discussion for the administration or these gentlemen? Mr. Boland?
Do we foresee a need for a traffic light there, or a blinking caution light that can go red, get the buses out in the morning?
They will be installing a traffic light. The entrance into the site is aligned with the entrance with the school that's going across the street as well.
Okay, thank you, great. That's a bad stretch of road, especially in the morning and evening, so.
Mr. Cleveland?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Guys, I want to know the current bus lot we have. How many buses do we hold in that lot that we currently have?
It's a private discussion. I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
Sure. The current lot that we have now, how many buses are being stored there?
We have, I believe, 79 or 80 buses there.
And this lot will hold 55
55.
new
Yes, sir.
spaces? So we're going to retain the old site as well as this new site?
About 40 buses will be moving to the new site.
And the new site those buses be routed on that side of town?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Great job, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cleveland. Any other comments or discussion? Mr. Clement?
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the detail that we got as well. So the site's about 12 acres. Is that what the parcel is? And so we're going to clear everything except for just the buffer around the outside, or is there additional that's?
They've been asked to clear as little as possible. Yes.
Okay. So what's that roughly? Just. Okay.
6 to 7.
Yeah. So about the same as what we've got back over across the street. And I guess I'm more interested in what do we have left out that we don't know about in here? That's a hard thing to ask and answer, I know. But do we know of any additional road widenings that we're going to have to do out there as well?
There will be future road widenings, but that's going to be part of the middle school project. That's across the street.
But, so if the middle school project if that doesn't happen for a while, we're not going to have to go back and do something else for the road work to make this functional?
Is there a turn lane included?
There's not.
No, the turn lane is going to be in the middle school project. And DOT has been in all of the meetings with us, and they're on board with that.
Okay, all right. And then I saw we've got the propane skid in the back. Is there any kind of plumbing or anything that's being included for this, or is that just kind of standalone, or?
For the propane?
Mm-hmm.
There is no plumbing. There's no plumbing or anything else included except for the site contract and the pre-engineered metal building at this time. That'll be in GMP 2.
Just trying to avoid, if we know we're going to have something later on for it, going back and tearing up the new asphalt and all that other stuff to do that at some point.
Right.
So, and then finally, what's the schedule for?
The schedule is to start middle of April. We're on track with the county to have a permit by April 15th, and we plan on starting right away, potentially even sooner. That we actually got text today that the tree guy's ready to go if we can get approval tonight and get started. So might be seeing movement pretty quick. And then Thompson Turner also went on at risk 2 months ago. We actually ordered the pre-engineered metal building to accelerate the schedule for y'all. So that pre-engineered metal building will actually be here middle of May.
So planned completion date is?
End of October right now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clement. Any other questions or discussion? Okay, we have a motion. It's been seconded. We'll now prepare for a vote. All in favor of approving the early site package guaranteed maximum price number 1 for the transportation depot not to exceed $3,208,972, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 9-0. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all. Thank you.
All right, this concludes our action items tonight. We will move on to our report section, and we will recognize Ms. Melissa Fowler for the Communication and Leadership Report from Abner Creek Academy.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Malone, board members, Dr. Gary, District 5 community members. It truly is an honor to have this opportunity to share with you this evening some of the work we've been doing at Abner Creek Academy centered around our magnet focus of communication and leadership. I want to begin by recognizing a team that makes this possible day in and day out. Ms. Lakeisha Austin, Assistant Principal, and Ms. Ashley Jackson, Assistant Principal. And you will notice I have up here Ms. Elizabeth Kuhn, our Media Specialist, our current District 5 reigning District Literacy Teacher of the Year, a driving force that propels our magnet forward, and my tech guru, most importantly, right now. These outstanding leaders, alongside of our incredible staff, work every day to strengthen our magnet program to ensure our students have every opportunity to grow as confident communicators and effective leaders. In 2010, Abner Creek Academy became a magnet school for leadership and communication. Perhaps when you talk about other arts programs, when you talk about their magnet is in the arts or technology, it's pretty easy to picture, right? We oftentimes get asked, what does a magnet for communication and leadership even look like? Well, the answer is simple. You may not always see it, but communication and leadership are the heart of everything we do, not just in our school, but in life. Every success, every opportunity, every meaningful connection that you have centers around these skills. In short, strong communication and leadership shape how we learn, how we grow, and how we contribute. These are the skills that prepare our students not only for college and careers, but also to become thoughtful, productive citizens capable of collaborating, solving problems, and positively impacting the communities around them. Research shows us that early leadership builds confidence, accountability, cooperation, and initiative. Students involved in leadership are more likely to improve academically and pursue a higher education. Leadership experiences strengthen emotional intelligence, resilience, and adaptability. So building leadership. A few years ago, we worked with our staff to reflect on and redefine our purpose and the direction of our magnet program. Through that process, we realized something very important. While we were providing students many opportunities for leadership, we were not explicitly teaching them the values and the skills they needed to prepare themselves to step into these roles. So last year, we began implementing the iLead program developed by John Maxwell. This program teaches students 6 leadership values a year. One of the things we love most about this program is all grades are focusing on the same value at the same time. So we have a consistent common language throughout our school. In kindergarten through 2nd grade, they teach the values through read-alouds and whole group discussions led by the teacher. 3rd through 5th grade has a workbook where the students lead transformation tables. They lead the learning and they host their own reflection. Here you can see the 6 values. On the left are the values we learned last year, and on the right, those are the 6 values we are studying this year. We are currently studying the value of initiative. In just a moment, you will see Ms. Kelly Crow's kindergarten class completing an iLead lesson on that leadership value of initiative. In addition to teaching leadership values, we also recognize the importance of explicitly teaching leadership skills. In another short clip, you'll see students practicing some of these skills during one of our Gator assemblies. Finally, once students have learned the skills and they've learned the values that are needed, it's important that we provide those opportunities for them to put them into practice. At Abner Creek, students can step into leadership through programs such as Student Ambassadors, Student Council, and Gator Patrol. Our ambassadors serve as leaders and representatives of our school, often welcoming guests, giving new student orientation, and providing tours for families. In addition, we have student-led team huddles in our classrooms where students have leadership over their own learning. During these huddles, students collaborate, reflect, and guide discussions within their classroom teams. We have compiled a few short videos to show our students practicing these skills in authentic and meaningful ways.
Good job.
Olivia asked a great question. She said, what is a ripple? Guys, a ripple is those circles. Did you see when the man threw a stone in the lake? A bunch of circles. There was a small circle, a bigger circle, a bigger circle, a bigger circle. That is called a ripple today. I will choose to take initiative and become a ripple starter of good things. Let's read that again. You can read it with me. Ready? I will choose to take initiative and become a ripple starter of good things.
Gator Assemblies. School community is important to us at Abner Creek. Every 6 to 8 weeks, grade levels come together for our Gator Assemblies. During these gatherings, we celebrate students who meet their goals and recognize classmates who've been chosen as great Gators. Our assemblies help us grow as leaders and communicators. We learn important skills like maintaining eye contact, shaking hands, greeting others, and being good listeners.
So we want to talk about and give you guys some tips on how you can show confidence when you are engaging in conversation with others.
Hey, I can't see. Can you sit down?
Was that good or bad? That was good. She asked nicely, right? Hey, I can't see you. Can you please sit down?
Our student ambassadors are leaders who represent our school's pride. They complete an intensive application and interview process to earn this role. Ambassadors welcome new students during orientation, give tours to visiting families and special guests, and represent our school during important events.
Evie, hey Alex. So my favorite thing about third grade was probably making new friends.
Students can also grow as leaders through Student Council and Gator Patrol. Each homeroom elects a Student Council representative to share their class voice and help lead service projects throughout the year. Gator Patrol members apply 9 weeks to serve as greeters and buddies for younger students. These opportunities allow students to serve others and lead by example. Get ready for our daily classroom huddles. Each lesson begins with a student huddle leader who helps set the expectations and learning goals for the day. This helps everyone understand the purpose of our learning. After the lesson, the huddle leader brings the class back together for reflection, celebration, and a quick check for understanding. Huddles help us stay focused, work together, and grow as leaders in our learning. And the best part is, the kids are in charge.
One way we strengthen communication at Abner Creek is giving students authentic opportunities to share their voices. You will see this in just a moment through our student-run morning show, where students write, plan, and deliver announcements to the entire school. You'll also see it through the Gator Gazette, our fully student-written newspaper where students research, write, and publish stories for our school community. And one of the next video segments, you will also see students in Ms. Suvak's 5th grade class using hand signals that allow them to collaborate and communicate more effectively during their lessons.
Our hourly reminder this week is about growth. Remember that growth doesn't happen by accident. We grow and get better when we take steps to make ourselves better. One way you can grow is by being an example for others to follow.
The Gator Gazette is our new, student-created, and student-written school newspaper. Students brainstorm story ideas, conduct interviews, and write articles giving opportunities to practice communication and leadership skills as part of the Magnet program. Newspapers are published every 6 to 8 weeks, and students can't wait to receive their copy as soon as it is hot off the press.
Great communication means listening and building on the ideas of others. In our classrooms, posters remind us of which hand signals to use to share our thinking.
Beautiful. Now what do you guys think about Haley's answer? Awesome. All right. Anybody, let me look around. Anybody want to build? Go ahead, Josh. Cool. During productive struggle. That was beautiful. Beautiful. What do you guys think about Josh's answer? All right. Go ahead, Todd. Do you want to build onto it? Go ahead.
Each year, we host a Spark Day showcasing professionals and reaching kids. During this event, we invite professionals from across our community to speak with students about how they specifically use communication and leadership in their daily work. These guest speakers provide powerful, real-world examples for our students and help them see how these skills matter far beyond the classroom. Then we turn the tables. Through our academic showcases, our students become the experts. Each grade level hosts a showcase where students present their learning to their parents and families. They explain their whole learning process, they reflect on what they have discovered, and then they share out a culminating product. These events have become a favorite tradition for both students and parents, and they provide an authentic opportunity for our students to demonstrate both leadership and communication in action. Our goal is not simply to provide leadership and communication opportunities while students are at Abner Creek. Our goal is to equip them with these skills and confidence they need to be effective leaders and communicators long after they leave our halls. Here is what a former ACA ambassador has to say about her experience.
Being an ambassador at Abner Creek taught me how to publicly speak and also taught me how to get out that fear of not wanting to talk to my teachers or ask them questions. Leaders are important, and being a leader is a very good trait that many people should have.
So where do we go from here? Our next goal is to create our very own Gator Shake, inspired by Ron Clark's Amazing Shake, a live competition where students put their leadership and communication skills into action in authentic, real-world scenarios. This initiative will give our students another meaningful opportunity to practice the skills that they've been learning and to demonstrate their growth in a fun, challenging, and highly visible way. We hope you have enjoyed a few highlights from our school, and while we know videos can't show everything, they're just a glimpse into what we're doing. We would like to warmly invite you to our school at any time to see a Gator Assembly, to see a team huddle, the Gator Gazette in action. We invite you to come have a proper tour from an ambassador and a warm Gator welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fowler. That was wonderful. Any questions or comments for Ms. Fowler?
I just would like to say to the team over at Abner Creek, they are awesome. The great staff, those ambassadors that they have there are already professionals. They treated me like I was a king. Then they put me in a chair and reversed the role and put me in the hot seat, questioned me like they were the judge. I was about to be sentenced. But it was a great feeling. And I want to say to Principal Fowler, thank you for the services, you and your staff, for everything that you all do every day for every child.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to have you. We have your article hot off the press, Mr. Cleveland, it was published today from when they interviewed you, so we have that ready for you. Absolutely, absolutely. We have extra copies.
Thank you, Ms. Fowler.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate y'all being here. All right, moving on tonight, we would like to recognize Mr. Brandon Haskins, our District Teacher of the Year.
I'm the student council sponsor, and we are jealous of Abner Creek's Blazers. We want those so bad. I went on your Facebook, I said, I gotta have those. All right, hello. Thank you for this opportunity. Good evening, members of the District 5 School Board, Dr. Gary and guests. My name is Brandon Haskins. I'm the special education teacher at D.R. Hill Middle School, and this year has been the profound honor of my career to be recognized as a 25-26 District Teacher of the Year. If you know me, you know that I don't just work this district, I believe in it. I've been blessed by the doors that are open for me at D.R. Hill, but I stand here tonight to testify to a journey that has taken me beyond the four walls of my classroom and into the heart of teacher leadership. I will be direct. The state of the District 5 is strong. Since the day I was appointed to this role, the district has met me with an abundance of grace, support, and professional stewardship. I was not merely handed a title, I was handed a community of mentors who demonstrated through their actions my value to this mission, and I felt that investment not just as an employee, but as an educator. We often say that teaching is a calling, but we must remember that a calling is a ministry. It's a service of faith. We invest in our students knowing that the return of our labor is the harvest we may never see. We drill the material with passion, we advocate with ferocity, and we pray as they sail into adulthood that the values we instilled in them will act as their compass. Educators are quiet heroes. We seek the joy of the work, not the roar of the crowd. We find our fulfillment in the moment of when the student shakes Dr. Gary's hand at the podium in May, knowing that we were the wind at their back. So when you're plucked from among these incredible faculty of this district and told you're the chosen representative, a shadow of imposter syndrome inevitably follows. You find yourself standing at a crossroad asking, am I enough for this? I carried that question with me this past November into the South Carolina Teacher Forum in Myrtle Beach. I arrived uncertain of how I would measure up against the best of our state has to offer. At the conference, the transition truly began. It was my paradigm shift. I sat in sessions led by Sarah and PSTA, and I realized I wasn't attending a conference, I was undergoing a professional diagnostic. With clinical precision and heartfelt intent, the facilitators stripped away the external layers of our daily lives. They peeled back the tension among us, the politics and remnants of competition to be the face of SC, and sat us face to face with the original fire, that raw, unshielded spark, a purpose that first drew us to this calling before we knew about lesson plans. In those breakthrough moments, the rooms changed, the atmosphere shifted from a gathering of individuals into a unified SC teacher forum. I didn't just find my voice in these sessions, I found a tribe. I sat among educators from Lexington, Saluda, upstate, down to low country, who shared my scars and successes, and together we forged partnerships across county lines that transcend the geography. We didn't just exchange hi, hello, or blink business cards. We built a network of progress, a coalition of teacher leaders dedicated to ensuring that the flame we discovered in Myrtle Beach becomes a lighthouse for every district in South Carolina. They are now my friends, my cohorts, and my community of educators I can lean on. This experience was life-changing and career-defining. But as I sat with educators from every corner of South Carolina, I couldn't help but notice, as I shared the story of District 5, the strength of our teacher forum, the synergy of our leadership, the competitive excellence of our campuses, and the sheer dominance of our arts and athletics, I saw the room go quiet. I saw their eyes in awe. I realized that District 5 does not just stand among our neighbors, we set the standard. I realized that I wasn't just there to represent myself, I was there to carry the flag for every teacher back home in Lyman who was loading their coffee with creamer, sitting in a PLC, and were the true embodiment of every child every day. 2 years ago, I was a teacher in the classroom. As a testament to the investment that D5 makes into its educators, I stand before you as a School Improvement Committee Chair, the DR Hill Student Council sponsor, a PSTA board member, DR Hill's 25-26 Literacy Teacher of the Year, DR Hill's 25-26 Teacher of the Year, the 25-26 District Teacher of the Year, and your incoming 26-27 District 5 Teacher Forum Chair. Talk about flipping a coin. In the scriptures, we read of a coat of many colors, a garment of favor, but also responsibility. So in closing, I recognize that I have been given such a coat of teacher leadership. So with that, I want to formally introduce myself to the board, and not just as an award winner, as a partner. I'm ready to embrace this chapter of leadership to empower our teacher forum and continue to move this incredible district into its next great horizon. Thank you for the privilege of serving District 5. I look forward to checking in frequently. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Haskins. You represent everything District 5 is proud of, and we're thankful to have you as our representative. So, thank you. Yes, Dr. Gary wants to say one thing.
And it was brought to my attention last week, I had representatives from the Palmetto State Teachers Association. They came and they spoke with our teacher forum, but they stopped by my office. And one of the things they shared with me is that, Mr. Haskins, I believe you're on the board now, is that correct? It is. I think that happened Saturday, maybe? Yeah. Well, congratulations. You truly made an impact that is well beyond District 5. We're glad to have you on our team. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Haskins, you never have to worry about a cheerleader. You definitely got one by your side. When you stood up, he said. Thank you for your services.
Yes, thank you. All right, finally tonight, we would like to recognize Mr. Ryan Clunan for a facilities update.
Congratulations again, Mr. Haskins. That's really hard for me to follow, but I'll do my best. Thank you again, Dr. Malone, Dr. Gary, and the board. I'd like to give you a brief update on our facilities projects going on the district. So we've got Burns High School Phase 3, and I'd like to give you a brief update on the D'Angelo Road widening project. Starting with Burns Phase 3 on the west side, areas G and H. As you can see in the photo, the final roof cap sheet is nearing completion, so the roof is now white, matching Phase 2's roof. They've got a little bit of detail work to finish up in a couple of weeks, and they'll be complete with the roof. The aluminum storefront and door frame installations in progress. They've completed the terrazzo install on the second floor. They still have a little bit of polishing to do there, and then they'll move down to the first floor. The VCT install has been completed on the first floor, and then they'll flip to the second floor and start their installation there. The millwork has also been completed on the second floor, and they'll follow the terrazzo vendor and move down to the first floor and start installing millwork there. In the new multi-purpose gym, the basketball goals and the audio-visual system installation has been completed. I'll show you a photo of that in a moment. And in early April, the new wood gym floor will begin installation. So looking inside areas G and H, the photo on the left is the multi-purpose gym. You can see the floor has been prepped, ready for the wood gym floor to be installed in just a couple weeks. The basketball goals are installed, and far in the image here, you can see some speakers have been installed, as well as our projector screen and a projector lift. The photo on the right is of the terrazzo installation on the second floor. You can faintly see the floor pattern that matches our Phase 2 floor pattern. So again, they'll polish that up and then move down to the first floor. In the cafeteria addition, the overhead fireproofing has been completed, and so now they can continue on making progress with the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and fire protection utilities. Outside the building, the patio and the concrete sidewalks have been poured, and the final roof cap sheet has been installed. So looking at the exterior patio here, this wall that wraps the patio will have a 6-foot-tall ornamental fence on it, making a total 8-foot-tall fence with secure gates on each end. And on this end of the cafeteria addition, it will receive metal panels that matches the front entrance. Moving to Area D, which is adjacent to the front entrance, the final roof cap sheet has been completed. All millwork has been installed on both levels of this project area. All marker boards and bulletin boards have been installed in all classrooms. The restroom flooring in the guidance suite has been installed, and they're currently working on the final paint coat throughout both levels. Just inside the front entrance here in Phase 2, if you look to your right when you enter the building, that is a temporary guidance area, and it's been part of the plans for in Phase 3 to tie that area into the guidance suite. And so that area renovation has begun this week. So if you visit Burns and you look to your right, you'll see some plastic up that blocks the construction just behind the glass. Moving to areas E and F on the far east of the construction project are overhead utilities. So again, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, and fire protection is in progress. They'll start the installation of the first floor ceiling grid this week. Around our orchestra, right here around our orchestra and our course rooms, coming right out the hallway from the Rebel Cafe, they've poured the concrete, and so that's complete. They are in progress with the grading behind the retaining wall, and that's taken shape nicely. They've installed a sidewalk between Area F and the band building, which is critical for our final inspections to have egress. And then there will be a sidewalk that they've started working on that aligns with this sidewalk right here and leads out to Danza Road. And then over spring break, they are going to mill and pave and stripe the lower access drive and this upper access drive. So the project is on schedule. The project is under budget. McKnight's doing a really good job pushing their subcontractors to stay ahead. We do have a lot of work coming up this summer on the front drive, and we're fine-tuning that schedule right now, and I'll have more information to share with you on that next month. So last month, when I shared with you about the Danza Road widening project, I told you we were at the mercy of Duke, Charter, AT&T, and Lumens getting their work finished, and I'm happy to report that they got their work completed in time. So our site contractor, I believe, will start work again tomorrow, and then over spring break, weather permitting, they'll have the final paving and the striping complete right out here. So I told you last month we could see the finish line. Hopefully next month I can tell you that we crossed it and this project will be behind us. Any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Clunan. Any comments or discussion for Mr. Clunan? All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This concludes our public session tonight. Do I have a motion to enter executive session?
I move that we go into executive session for the purpose of discussion of employment matters in reference to new hires, promotion, and resignations.
Thank you, Mr. Good. Do I have a second? Thank you, Ms. Gergley. All in favor of entering executive session for the discussion of employment matters in reference to new hires, promotions, and resignations, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 9-0. We are now in executive session. We've just returned from executive session where the board has discussed employment matters in reference to new hires, promotions, and resignations. Do I have a motion to return to public session?
I move that we end executive session and return to public session at 8:36 PM.
Do I have a second? Thank you, Ms. Skirgley. We will now prepare for a vote. All in favor of ending executive session and returning to public session, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 9-0. We are now in public session. Do we have any other motions?
I move that we accept the recommendations of the administration and approve the new hires, promotions, and resignations as presented by the administration.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Boland. All in favor of accepting the recommendation of the administration and approving the new hires, promotions, and resignations as presented by the administration, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 9-0. Do we have any other motions?
I move to accept the recommendations of the administration and approve the contracts for Wendy Brawley, Lori Good, as presented for the 2026-2027 school year.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mrs. Gergley. All in favor of accepting the recommendation of the administration and approving the contracts for Wendy Brawley and Lori Good as presented for the 26-27 school year, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 8-0 with Mr. Good abstaining. Do we have any other motions?
I move to accept the recommendations of the administration and approve the contracts for Nick Johnson and Katie Watchhorn as presented for the 2026-2027 school year.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Cleveland. All in favor of accepting the recommendation of the administration and approving the contracts for Nick Johnson and Katie Watchhorn as presented for the 26-27 school year, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 8-0 with Mr. Watchhorn abstaining. Do we have any other motions?
I move to approve employee A, B, and C for extended leave.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you, Ms. Gergley. All in favor of approving employee A, B, and C for extended leave, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 9-0. Do we have any other motions?
I move that we end the March board meeting at 8:39 PM.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Cleveland. All in favor of ending the March 23rd board meeting at 8:39 PM, please do so by raising your right hand. Motion carries 9-0. We are now adjourned.